Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, Instagram at Movies TV Mad 4, and on TikTok at Movies TV Mad XXXX. That's 4 X's. You are not ready for what Russell T Davies has got planned for Doctor Who, and this is a pure reboot. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with that. I have spoken. You are not going to see Jodie Whittaker regenerate into the next Doctor in her final feature-length episode. That is also my opinion. You will see her begin to regenerate. This is what I think. And then it will go off, and that will be the end of the OG Doctor, the OG Doctor Who. So why do I think this? I don't believe in any month of Sundays that Russell T Davies is prepared to continue a Doctor Who show from the Timeless Children situation. And as supportive as he's been to his good friend Chris Chibnall, he knows this is the duck that doesn't hunt. Too much damage has been done. But is rebooting the entire of Doctor Who a bit problematic? Of course it is, because the hardcore fans are going to go insane. But I think also the hardcore fans understand that there's no other choice in this situation. The Timeless Child thing has divided the Doctor Who fandom. I kind of enjoyed that episode. I kind of thought, wow, this is something new, this is something ambitious. But Chibnall never expanded on it. Last season, Doctor Who Flux should have been the year where we expanded on the Timeless Child arc, where Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor should have at least had a departure episode. But he's done nothing with it, because it's all about optics with this man and political commentary. He's not interested in telling an exciting story. And the Timeless Children, in its core concept, is actually kind of intriguing and interesting. But we're just going to get it squeezed into the final feature-length special. And in my opinion, that's not good enough. So what does Russell T Davies do here? He's been brought on to fix this show, to give it the breath of fresh air he gave it in 2005. Some people say he rebooted the show in 2005. No, it wasn't a reboot. It was a relaunch. But I believe RTD2 is actually a reboot. And so what does this mean? This means he's starting again, that his Doctor will be a first Doctor in a new era. It will have nothing to do with the OG continuity of Doctor Who. I genuinely believe this again. I think this is what's going to happen. And it'll be interesting who he casts and what direction he's going to go in. Piers Wenger, the controller at BBC Drama, has already confirmed that Doctor Who will be very, very different. Russell T Davies said he wouldn't be coming back if he couldn't be doing something different. Now, this is the typical double talk in this industry of this show is fucked and I had to change it dramatically. They've already started at Bad Wolf Studios. So let me just explain to you what's going on. Bad Wolf Productions is now running Doctor Who creatively. The BBC will have nothing to do with this show any longer. But there's been a bigger development, and we've discussed this before on my Doctor Who videos a long time ago. Sony Television has now taken over in its entirety Bad Wolf Productions. This is huge. This means Doctor Who will now have such a big budget and will be running through a much higher production budget. This is very, very exciting for all Doctor Who fans who love good Doctor Who. First, we're going to get the 60th next year. People keep on asking me, what do I want from the 60th? Who do I want to come back? What do I want to see? I'm quite happy to trust Russell T Davies. But the 60th is an interesting idea, because it looks like the reboot won't begin with the 60th. I've heard the rumours of Matt Smith and David Tennant returning, maybe even Capaldi, and as many OG Doctors as possible. I believe this is the love letter, chef's kiss to the OG before Russell T Davies waves goodbye to it forever. And then after that, he will reboot it. If this is the direction he's going in, it's a good idea to at least celebrate the OG Doctor Who era in a wonderful 60th anniversary special, or maybe multiple anniversary specials. I don't know. In terms of Christopher Eccleston, I think that Russell is desperate to get him involved in that, but it's difficult because of the breakdown in their relationship, and I don't know if they've had talks. I hope that Chris can be involved and understands how important this is, not only for him as an actor, but he did come back to Big Finish, and I did feel when he did come back to Big Finish, that was a major clue that he could be thawing in his anger towards Russell T Davies, Julie Gardner, and the people he fell out with while he was the Doctor. I don't know. I hope he can come back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's not the end of the world for me. But he's one of my favourite Doctors, and I would like to see him come back. So that's what I believe. I believe this anniversary special will be a huge celebration of OG Doctor Who. Then it's goodbye. Then he's going to cast his own Doctor in a rebooted Doctor Who. Now, I'd love to know from you guys and girls, or however you identify as, what you think of this. Would you be willing to accept Doctor Who as a totally rebooted show? I for one, absolutely am. Because I just don't see what else you do. And I just can't see him continuing it. And all the hints of it being dramatically different, I just don't see what else he can do. You know, he's not going to do something to scrub out what his friend and fellow creative has done, Chris Chibnall. He wants on the public face of it to look like he's a supporter. But if he does a reboot, it pretty much is the same as saying, I don't want to go there. But it's fine. Creatives are not going to agree with other creatives. And he's been brought in to rebrand this show yet again. He rebranded it in 2005, and he's going to rebrand it again. And this is what he's going to do. So I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to rebrand and reboot Doctor Who. So where does he go with this? This is the interesting thing for me. What direction does he go in? Who does he cast? Does he become, is it another inclusive casting? Or does he not go there? Because it's going to be hard enough to convince the audience to follow him on this journey with a reboot. I think people will follow him on this journey, but the diehard fans, the older fans, are going to be very upset. I would implore you to give this a chance, but who's he going to cast as the Doctor? Well, the Sony connection is very, very interesting to me, and if it was me, and they've got the money now, by the way, and the connection with Sony, I would go Tom Holland. People are going to say to me, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's Spider-Man, he hasn't got the time. I don't think we'll get 13 episodes a season. I think it will be a reduced run, which will be perfect. And I think Tom Holland has everything to be a brilliant, youthful, young Doctor. And this is something that the audience, the younger audience, would embrace. I think this makes perfect sense. And as I say, it's a decision, at least even with the reboot, that people can get behind. So I would be a big supporter of Tom Holland. I think it is feasible. It is possible. They have spoken about auditions and things like that, but that's the talk that they say. I don't believe there is any auditions. They're going to pick a Doctor. That's it. That's the decision they're going to make. He knew who he was going to cast as the Doctor, and RTD has been famous for admitting he lies to the press, which everyone does. And he said that in the past. So I'm absolutely fine with that. I want to know what you think. Who would you cast as the 14th Doctor? Even though there's no 14th Doctor, it's going to be a brand new first Doctor. Not before we celebrate the OG Doctor Who in the anniversary special, the 60th anniversary. This is not something I know for a fact. It's something that I think, that I believe, because if you put all the pieces together of Piers Wenger saying it's going to be very different, Russell T Davies saying he wouldn't have come back if it wasn't different, this is where I think we are going with this. In a way, OG Doctor Who has been cancelled because we did have conversations on social media and rumours of it being cancelled. But the BBC were never going to cancel this show. I also believe that Sony will buy the IP outright eventually, and the BBC will make a lot of money, or the BBC will continue to license it to Bagwell Productions and Sony now are going to be totally in control because the BBC have failed Doctor Who. When Russell T Davies handed over the IP to Stephen Moffat, we all believed it was in great hands, in good hands. And I think season 5 and season 6, it was. But from the moment he knew Matt Smith was leaving, Stephen lost his mojo and wanted to leave. I think Matt left too soon. I think Matt pulled the rug from underneath Stephen Moffat. And that's not saying Matt was wrong. Matt saw his friends leave. He saw an opportunity to do new stuff in his career. I do believe Matt left too soon. And there's been rumours about David Tennant being the next Doctor. But even though with my theories of reboots and things like that, I'm not going to be like other Who-tubers who are saying this is nonsense, it's not going to happen, because they're desperate for this not to happen. These people are desperate for another inclusive hire. I'm not against an inclusive hire, but at least make sure you care about the show enough to get this person, however they identify as, a great Doctor. Flesh them out. Do everything that Chris Chibnall never did. And if you do that, you've got great Doctor Who. Doctor Who is different to other shows because the person playing the Doctor has to bring themselves into the role as well as perform it. That's what's always been done. Actor and showrunner working together to flesh out an outstanding character and personality that's larger than life. Unfortunately, Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall didn't do this. So you can bring the first female Doctor as much as you want, but without doing your best to make her as awesome as possible, it falls flat on its face. We see Mandip and Jodie behind the scenes, in fan conventions, show what beautiful chemistry they've got together. So why in the hell didn't Chibnall implement this chemistry in the show? It would have been one of the best Doctor companion kind of partnerships of all time. But he wasn't interested in that. All he wants to say to you is, look, there's an Asian young woman and there's Jodie Whittaker, the first female Doctor. Look what we've done. Aren't we kind? Aren't we amazing? No, you're not doing them a favour. They have every right to be on the show. And they deserved more from you, Chris. And this, Chris, is why Russell T Davies has to reboot this show. And he will, after the 60th anniversary. So that's my opinion. That's where I think we're going. I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss his perfection. And I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.